Recently, Peter and I have started a newsletter called Unreasonably Good Leadership. And the idea behind this newsletter was taken from Unreasonable Hospitalities. It's a book written by Will Guterra. And in the book, he talks about restaurants and the hospitality that's shown in restaurants. And as Peter and I were talking, we were just thinking, oh my goodness, the concepts that Will shares in the book, they could play such a huge part in public education, in championing the amazing work that our educators are doing throughout the nation, actually throughout the world, both educators and administrators. And so we've launched this newsletter.
We started talking about the idea of how does this look for our workshops? Like, how can we engage people before they even come in? Because what we know from being leaders and facilitating workshops is that there are people that come to workshops and they don't even know why they're there. And it happens all the time. So we started looking at how do we engage people before they even come in? How can we make them feel more comfortable? How can we make sure anxiety is low and get them to work as a collective, get them to meet other people in the room? And then the newsletter idea came up with Mike, and we started talking about what we would want out of a newsletter. And we were both very certain that we wanted a newsletter that was not just going to focus on, hey, look at us, and these are our books or these are our workshops. We really wanted to focus on these bigger stories that were positive because we feel like people are inundated with negative. So we started looking at things like women in leadership because we know that that's a really important topic that we have to focus on, but also things like gratitude and kindness. And I'll do the introduction for each one of the newsletters, just like you would see in a normal education journal. And then Mike writes a story that's based on the theme as well. But Mike had a really interesting idea about bringing in guests.
Yes, we just really wanted to bring in individuals who maybe are not discovered on and names aren't known, but are doing really solid work in the field, and wanted to raise them up and lift them into this newsletter. And we really take the word unreasonable seriously as we're thinking through this evolution of the newsletter. And I think a newsletter can be completely one-sided, where it's here's a piece of text and we hand it and not have any type of response. But we're really wanting this reciprocal conversation to occur, that the newsletter's not our with a lowercase o, but it's our with an uppercase O. So every edition, we create this question that is asked of our readers, and they give us response, and all of a sudden, this conversation is occurring in Padlet.
One of the things that has surprised me the most is the number of people that have contacted us through email or text, and really thoughtful emails and texts to say, I really love what you both are trying to do with this newsletter because it's very positive and it focuses on positive. And that, once again, is about the fact that I think people are kind of inundated with negative pieces. And this is a newsletter that's going to focus on these positive ideas that we want other people to share, and they're certainly sharing it. I think overall our mission is to make sure that we're creating a newsletter that people actually want to get, not one that just shows up in their inbox because they shared their email with us, but one that they want to get and look forward to seeing, and one that actually gives them some time during the day where they have those moments of gratitude where they're feeling positive as they walk in their door or walk out of their door, for sure. And I really believe that we've done that with the Unreasonable Leadership Newsletter.